Whenever you're dealing with people, you need to know what mode they are running life on, and then you can determine whether it's going to work with the mode you too is running your own life on. Everybody is running life on different modes. Now let me explain. Some people run life on happy mode. No matter what happens, they will choose the option that makes them the most happiest. They just want to be happy, period. So even if that crushes you, all right, they will always choose. So if you date or marry such a person and in the process they discover somebody else that can make them more happy, they absolve themselves of all responsibilities and destroy the marriage and then go for the person that will make them happier. They are willing to do anything to stay happy. That's the way they run their life. Sometimes this thing is hereditary, but sometimes it is learned. As people become adults, they learn the best mode that works for them. And then sometimes you might be thinking that karma will catch the person. No, they do it in such a way so naturally that karma never catches them. Some people run life on lying mode. They have to lie their way out of every difficult situation. And guess what? Eventually they become so good at it that even if they greet you in the morning, good morning, you have to confirm whether it's actually morning. All right. Some people run life on a criminal mode. Whenever they meet a problem, they resort to crime. Crime is the first thing that comes to their head. If they have a financial challenge, they think of crime. They have a relationship challenge, they think of committing a crime on the person they are dating. They have any challenge at all. They want to travel abroad. They will never think of the normal way to go and do their application and process and go abroad. What they'll be thinking of, what is the criminal way to get abroad? What is the illegal way to get abroad? They run life on this. And if you don't understand the person you're dealing with, how they run life, the day you guys are going to meet a challenge, they will default to the way they run life. And guess what? It might be detrimental to you too. Some people run life on sex mode. Whenever she meets a problem, the first thing she thinks of is, how can I sex my way out of this problem? You know, she's in the university and the course is difficult. She's not going to do all night studying that course. She's in her mind thinking, how can I seduce and sleep with this lecturer? And imagine now when you guys marry, if you marry such a lady, and then one day your money finishes or you lose your job. What do you think she's going to do? The next month when your salary doesn't come in, the first thing that will come to her mind is what? Sex. Period. So people run life on different modes. Some people run it on hard mode. Whenever they meet a challenge, they want to do it themselves. They want to work. Personally, that was me. Whenever I meet a challenge, I want to get down dirty and do it myself. But now I'm realizing that you can't get rich that way. You have to learn to get other people to work with you. You need to get the best hands in your team and let the best people do the best job while you focus on the one you are good at. All right. I'll give you an example. One day I bought some gallons of water, right? This was some years ago, and this was a really defining moment in my life. And I was living with my sister that time. So I bought these gallons and we were living upstairs, like 4-story building or something. So these gallons were like 6 or 8 of them, and they were heavy, 25 liters each. So when I took them from my car to the base of the staircase, I got tired. The 6 of them, damn, I was so tired. So what I did was like, I gave up there and then left them at the base of the staircase and went up to sleep. And my sister asked me, where is the water? You went to buy water? I said, yes. So where is the water? I said, it's downstairs. She said, why don't you bring them up? I said, no, I'm tired. I'm not going to touch it till tomorrow morning. I just want to sleep. And she said, what of the water we're going to use? I said, I don't care. There's no way. I don't have any ounce of energy in me to go and get it. And she said, but you don't have to get it yourself. I said, what? She said, yes, you don't have to get it yourself. I said, okay. She said, yes, you can get people in the streets, like the gatemen, the security guys in the streets, and they can help you lift it, and then you pay them. You have the money, right? I said, yeah, I have the money. She said, so why did you want to do it yourself? And this was a subtle discussion, but I didn't sleep that night because it made me realize that, oh, if she was the only one in the house, living in the house, she would never have even lifted the gallons from her car to the base of the staircase because she knows not to run. She knows that she's not running life on strength mode. I was running my life on hardcore strength mode. You understand? But being a woman, she has learned that the best way to run life is to get guys to solve your problem for you. And it came naturally to her. So I started thinking that was a very defining moment in my life. Like, you don't have to go in there and do it yourself. Some people run life on easy mode. They never want to do anything. They want to piggyback mode. They want to piggyback on anything. All right. The easy mode is if something is hard, they abandon it. They are willing to stay poor for life just because they had to take an online course for a week to be able to change career. They will never change career. They will keep complaining that the economy is bad, there's no money. But when you give them a course to take and they open the first page, first 10 minutes, not me, I can't do this. They will do the whole year poor again. Some do on piggyback mode. On piggyback mode is they always want to craft a way to piggyback on the effort of others. They don't have any effort of their own. Everything they want to do is manipulation. Manipulate somebody that can do it so that they can piggyback. If you marry such a person, they don't want to work. Whether it's a man or a woman, they will be trying to make you work harder so they can double for their own work. They don't want to work. The guy does not want to work. Anything that involves work, he will be going back. I don't know if you have done it, if you've seen people that do it in school, right? When they give a group project and they say, okay, the guys will discuss, oh, yeah, let us go and carry this. One guy will be going back. You know? But when it comes to taking credit for the work, he wants to step out first. Now, it's okay if it's done once or twice, but you need to know that this is how some people are living their whole life. You know, some are living their life on no work mode. They have never worked a day in their life. If you marry such a person and you're trying to get them to work, you're wasting your time because they will rather crash the marriage than go to work. Imagine some lady that is living in the house of her parents, and then she goes to school. By the age of 22, she graduates. She has not worked. The moment she graduates, she stays jobless at home for 1 or 2 years. Boom, somebody marries her. Now the husband is responsible now for her finances. Her father has handed over to the husband. She stays with the husband till age 60. The husband dies. By the time the husband is dying at 60, her children are already well established. Now her children are handling her finances. She has never worked for one day. So if you're talking about how her work is hard, she can't relate. She can't understand what you're saying. How life is hard, how salary payment delayed, she can't relate. If you're having a discussion with such a person, you will not understand where they're coming from if you don't know how they are running their life. Because their argument will be all over the place, and you're wondering, like, can't you relate? That work is hard. They can't relate. People are running life on different modes. There are some people that their own is extreme manipulation. They can never ask you a very simple and straight question. You know, if something comes up, they can ask you, they set up their questions. Every question is like a punchline. They're going to ask you, oh, how was the breeze at the corridor when you were coming? You say, yeah, the wind is okay. That's your response. And the breeze is fine. They say, oh, so you didn't close the door. You see? Initially, they wanted to know whether you closed the door or not. Instead of asking, hey, did you close the door? Did you remember to close the door? They're not going to ask it like they set you up. You walk right into their trap. Now, if they can do this in simple discussion, think of what they're going to do in the whole relationship. The whole relationship might be a scam, a setup, or something else. 2, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, marriage, and everything, boom, they divorce you. It's the whole thing is a setup. Now, if you don't understand people you are dealing with and the mode they are running their life on, you are bound to have problems with them. Everybody has a mode they are running their life on. And you as an adult, you can make changes. Like me, I talked about how I made a fundamental change of not doing things for myself, especially when I have the money. If I have the money, I rather sacrifice money and get an expert to do it than do it myself. I used to tell a famous story about how I tried to move when I graduated first time. I wanted to move to the university and study again. And then I kept applying JAMB to get to the university. I missed the application 3 times for 3 different years. I wasn't selected. All right. On the 4th year, when I went, I now realized that there is a certain form they used to fill that I usually skip. All right. Why? Because I gave a professional right there at the office to do it for me, and he filled the form, and I got the admission.